Hello.
Hey, Wednesday.
Yes.
Yes, it's Dave from rockreviews.com.au. How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. How are you?
Yeah, really good, mate. Really good. You're only a week or so away from coming down to Australia. How you feeling about that, buddy?
Exactly a week. Yeah, I think we get there next Wednesday. Wednesday the 13th.
Awesome, mate.
So
Awesome, yeah.
yeah, yeah, we're excited. The band gets in tomorrow, and we have rehearsals all weekend, and then we fly Monday, and we get to skip Tuesday altogether due to travel time, and we land on Wednesday. So it's great. So next week I get to skip Tuesday and have Sunday twice in our travel. So yeah, I'm a time traveler.
Yeah, you are, mate. You are. Just speaking about your rehearsals, I've noticed with some of your past set lists, it's very varied across your career. How do you go about setting up a set list for your shows these days?
It's awful. I hate it. It's terrible. It's like deciding what kids should live and what kids don't get to live. It's like, oh, okay, it's songs. It's tough. I mean, but last year touring on this new record, Monsters, we play a lot off that record. But I really tried to work in as much from at least one thing off every album that I've done, which I have an album out, every year since like 1996.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to pick a set list. But and the more music I put out, the more difficult it gets. So next year we'll have a new album out, and this question will be even worse because I'll be like, fuck. So I don't know. I try to pick the ones that I enjoy playing, and then also ones that I think translate well live. So yeah, our set gets longer and longer every year. So right now I think our set's like 90 minutes.
You'll end up playing about a 4-hour show in a few years' time, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Next year will be a 2-hour show. So every year episode 30.
Speaking of Monsters of the Universe come out and play, it came out last year, and congrats on the album, man. It's fantastic. Yeah, you've lived with it for a little while now, and personally, I think it's your best album, and I'm not just saying that because I'm speaking to you right now. I actually think it is your best album. And what do you feel looking back on it now? Do you think it's personally your best album?
Well, thank you for saying that. I do feel it's for me. I mean, I feel it's my best record just because sonically and just everything. It's just I feel like it's like I guess I've been doing this for like so long, and I feel like I've finally learned how to do it. So it's like it's like there's all these years of getting good, and this is like graduating class sort of record. You know what that means? So
Yeah.
makes sense. So it's like yeah, and it was just, and it had a lot of factors. I think that what reason I think this record is good is because, it's my lineup that I've had for like the past 4 or 5 years.
Yep.
We spent time working on it. It was just, we became a band live,
Yep.
in the past, all my records from Transylvania to Fang Bang, and I played everything on the album except for the drums.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it's really more of just me doing everything, and this is more of a full band thing, and I think that's why it's come across that way. So I can't wait to do the new one this summer. We're taking like 3 months off this summer and writing and recording a new album. I'm just going to spend every day on it, and I hope I can top Monsters. That's my goal.
Well, man, I can't wait to hear some new stuff. That'd be fantastic. Just speaking of Monsters again, a song like Astro Psychogalactic Blood Drive, where does that come from? Like, where do you come up with these names? It's my favourite song on the album, personally. It certainly rocks hard, and I love the song. But, the name itself, where does that come from?
Well, I mean, the Monsters is a concept album, and so it's I tried to tie the songs together, and this is just if you listen to the lyrics of that song, it's just basically talking about aliens that came here long ago and tell everybody what they know, and because I would say that in the song, but again, it's funny. I write all these things down in notebooks. I don't really know where they come from, if I can even answer that question. But to me, I just sort of created this whole story, and I just thought that sounded kind of cool, like the Galactic Blood Drive, like the Red Cross Blood Drive.
Yeah.
This is the Galactic Drive. They travel across the galaxy to drink blood.
You donated to didn't you donate some money to Red Cross not that long ago?
No. Actually,
No?
I've never donated to the Red Cross, and actually, I had a letter sent to me from the Red Cross back in the murder doll days because I used to wear a Red Cross on my arm,
Right.
and they wrote me and never wear it. They told me to never wear it again because I didn't represent the Red Cross, and I'm like, that's a universal medical sign, asshole.
Absolutely.
So that's what I got to say about the Red Cross.
Oh, that's hilarious. I mean, you've been in the business now for, I think it's about 25 years now, man. It's a long time. And you've been in various bands and traveled the world and released heaps of albums. I mean, what motivates you to keep going, man?
I guess going back to the last question we were talking about how, this last record just, for me, having this solid lineup I've had has made me feel more creative, and with having a record like we just did with Monsters, it motivated me to do one that's better than that. So the motivation is, it's still within me. I still got that drive and that hunger to want to do it, but also it's the fans, being able to go and tour and travel to Australia and then come back and do 4 weeks in the States and then go to England and do this, travel. I mean, it's just, I see that my music's meant something to people over all these years. It wasn't just a little flash in the pan and it's over with. It's just, there's people that I'm their lives, I see their tattoos. They have their arms dedicated to me, it's just like, so that's awesome motivation too, to know that this is worthwhile and I'm not just making this music to fall on deaf ears,
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny you mentioned tattoos. I just travelled to Vegas and got a tattoo of the band Backyard Babies. I'm not sure if you've heard of them, but I love that band. And
Backyard.
Yeah, they're fantastic, man. And how do you feel when fans come up and show you their tattoos of you, or of the covers that you've brought out?
Yeah, it's not like it shocks me every time. Because I always, they see Wednesday 13, and I always, I see, I know it's me. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard for me to go, wow, that's Joe Poole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a strange thing, but it's amazing too, man. I meet so many cool fans that I see, that just they love it. I've given them an outlet or provided them an outlet of music that wasn't out there. Like for me, when I first started doing this years ago, there was no horror rock band that did it like 24/7. Alice Cooper had a couple songs here or there. I wasn't a Misfits fan and everyone had listened to them at that point. So, just to create something that's taken on a life of its own, like it's, this isn't about me anymore. This is, I've got fans involved. It's a community thing now.
Yeah, and speaking of Alice Cooper and horror, I mean, I know my mum made me watch The Exorcist when I was about 7, and it scared the living crap out of me. And but I've been addicted to horror since. I've loved horror movies and always interested in what's new and what's coming out. You've obviously got that horror fascination. I mean, does it stem from Alice Cooper and Vincent Price and these types of guys?
It turned into Alice Cooper. Basically, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with G.I. Joe and cartoons. But during the time with cartoons, I just lived in front of my television pretty much. I was like 4 or 5 years old, and 6 years old. I would watch Bugs Bunny, and I'd watch G.I. Joe, but they would also show the Addams Family. They'd show the Monsters still, like on reruns and things like that, and I loved that as well. So it really wasn't that uncommon to, and at the time, I had like little action figures of Frankenstein and Dracula they sold in the stores, and I would make G.I. Joe fight Dracula and things. So it was kind of always normal for me to have that monsters or something, or that imagery in it.
Yeah.
And then when I finally saw Alice Cooper and I saw the imagery of that and heard music, I was like, whoa, you can make horror music. And that's what just fascinated me. So it's just, so that's when the music thing came up. And of course I saw Kiss, but Kiss wasn't like Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper was my parents were terrified of him.
Yeah,
they thought he was the guy that, when I saw a commercial for Alice Cooper, and I was like, who is she? And they were like, oh, that's the guy that likes the heads off snake chicken. And I was instantly like, oh, I must know who she is. So yeah, I blame Alice Cooper for all of it.
Yeah, Gene Simmons and The Exorcist for me certainly took me over the edge with the horror stuff. But I mean, Kiss I was just fascinated by that band. I mean, everything about them I love, and I mean, I still love today, and I still love chucking on their albums, and they certainly had that horror vibe, more of a teenage, maybe bubblegum kind of horror vibe to it than Alice Cooper, but yeah, I mean, they influenced so many bands.
Definitely.
And I mean, recently I noticed too that I mean, I know you've kind of tinkered with the idea of making a film, and I noticed Slash has gotten into the production side of things in regards to horror because he's got a fascination with it as well. Is it something that is a fire that still burns for you? That you're getting into movies?
Yeah, I mean, you know, again, I mean, that was what I wanted to do as a kid. I wanted to make movies, and then I got interested in music because I love television and movies and things like that. And so yeah, so it's definitely on my list of things to do. And, you know, the past few years, I've been meeting a lot of people. I do a lot of these horror conventions now, so I've met a lot of people in the film industry and things like that. So I think it's just only a matter of time before I sit down with someone and really start working on an idea. I have tons of ideas. I mean, it's something that'll definitely happen. I just don't have an exact plan on when it's going to happen.
I mean, you could nearly make a movie on nearly every one of your songs, to be honest. So you've got lots of content there to work with. Now, I know you were a big fan, or you still are, obviously, a big fan of David Bowie's work. And he passed away recently. Do you remember where you were? Is it one of those moments where just you're always going to remember where you were when you heard the news that he died?
Oh, yeah, it was pretty strange. I had I was at the Rainbow here in Hollywood, and it was the day after the Lemmy Memorial.
Oh, wow.
And they had the whole public memorial there, and I didn't go to the memorial, but I went the following day because I live just 10 minutes down the road from me. So
yeah.
So I'm sitting there having dinner with some friends, and someone in a booth beside of me was looking at their phone, and I heard them say, "David Bowie died," and I looked over and I said, "Bullshit."
Mm.
You know, I was just like, he just put a record out on Friday. There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
And I looked at my phone and it was everywhere, and I was just like, what the fuck? And it's still bummed. I've had Bowie on repeat since that's happened, and it's just been like it's one of the first artists that's ever passed away that I think really bothered me.
Wow, I mean, really, yeah.
Bothered, but that really was. The Ziggy Stardust album was huge. I mean, it's one of my favorite albums of all time. And,
yeah, absolutely.
I could always put that record on when I felt bad, you know, or anything. It always made me feel good. So, but yeah, losing Bowie was. People don't realize just how much that guy changed the game and everything.
Well, I mean, he constantly reinvented himself, didn't he? I mean, he was like a chameleon of sorts, and I mean, yeah, he influenced so many artists, and I mean, what kind of legacy? I mean, he's left that kind of legacy behind with him. What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? What do you want to be remembered for? You know?
You know, I mean, I guess just sort of the way I looked at the Bowie is like he changed the game. He did something different, and you know, not that I think I'm doing something that's brand new. I mean, I don't think it's impossible to be original, but you know, for me, you know, I took the influence of Kiss and Alice Cooper and that kind of stuff, and I put my own stamp on it, and I did it for all these years, and I see it with the fans. So I guess the legacy is just I did it my way. I created this little group of weirdos, me included, you know, that it meant something. It wasn't just dumb. People go, you know, all the time, "Oh, your lyrics are stupid. You can't have a song about Rambo. That's dumb." And I go, "Yeah, it is dumb. And it's okay to be dumb." And so yeah, I think that's something I just kept the spirit of rock and roll alive with being dumb and playing by your own rules. And I've outlasted trends. I've outlasted all types of things. You know, I've been dropped from a major label 3 times.
Yeah, well,
so I just. No, I'm like a fucking cockroach.
I was about to say that without any disrespect.
Yeah, you know, it's just you can't kill me. I'll keep coming back. So, and I guess that's been my motto with everything. It's just you can't keep me down because this is my lifeline. You know, I believe in it. I've wanted to do this since I was a little kid, and I still feel like a little kid. I get to do it. You know, I turned 40 this year. You know, my drive that I do is stronger than it ever was.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear, man. I've only got another minute or two, but I just want to congratulate you on the success of the Murder Dolls. And I mean, I know the fans are hoping that you guys will get back together one day, and I'm not going to push you on that question, but I mean, is the success that you had with that band, has it changed your life in any way?
Well, absolutely. I wouldn't be talking to you right now if it wasn't for Murder Dolls. It's that was the first thing that got me recognized on a big level. Like I had released my Frankenstein Drag Queen stuff, prior to Murder Dolls, and it had been released in Europe and things in Germany and things like that. But I didn't even know where that was. I didn't. I mean, I'm a little small town in North Carolina, and I got picked like the needle in the haystack sort of story. Like, how did I get picked out? And and when Murder Dolls came out on the scene, we had a guy from Slipknot. We had instant eyes on us. We didn't have to work for it really. But luckily we had some good songs, and we had a cool thing, and it was kind of the end of new metal, and we it worked, and then people found out Frankenstein Drag Queen, so people had a back history on me, so it just basically opened up the door for people getting to know who I am. And once I got in that door of everyone, I kept, I started doing the Wednesday thing when Murder Dolls went on hiatus, and so yeah, I mean, the Murder Dolls is the reason people know who I am, and I still love that band. It's just unfortunate that we have like the worst fucking luck on earth. It's like this time we put the record out, everything's going, everything's awesome, and we had to stop for the Slipknot tour, and then that went on forever, and then we put the new album out in 2010, and we were planning to tour for a couple of years on that. Slipknot was taking a break, and then Paul passed away, and then Slipknot went on tour again, and I put the brakes on it again, and then it was just kind of like just on this roller coaster ride that just never fucking took off. Exactly.
Yeah.
And,
well,
but it is a little bit. It's unfortunate because I really think that last record was really, really good.
Oh, it's phenomenal, mate. It was phenomenal. It's awesome.
We didn't have enough time to do anything for it, and so yeah, and it's just crazy that first album came out 14 years ago. That's insane to think it's been that long since this happened. But yeah, I mean, I haven't spoke to Joey in 5 years, and nobody that I know speaks to him. So it's just one of those kind of things. There's no ill will or anything on my side for him. But yeah, I'm just going into hiding, and that's pretty much where it is. So if we were ever to do anything again, I'd be surprised. But I was surprised when we did the last record. So stranger things have happened.
Well, mate, it's been an absolute privilege to talk to you. You're an absolute gentleman, and you deserve all the success that you get, mate, because you're certainly one of the hardest working guys out there in the music biz. So I know it's a flying visit to Australia, and you're literally only here for a few days, but what are you hoping and what are you expecting from your visit here?
It's going to be busy, but fortunately we don't have enough time to really do anything except play and try to sleep, which is I say try because we probably won't. But no, it's just great, man. It's been 2 years since I've been there. The fans are so rabid there. It's just like, I don't know how to explain it, but they love it. So it's just awesome. It's our first shows of the year too with the full band. So I can't think of a better way to kick it off, and it's going to be it's great. I can't wait.
Yeah, we can't either, mate, and we're looking forward to having you guys here. So good luck, and thank you for taking the call, and thank you for being an utter gentleman, and I wish you all the success.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Thanks, Wednesday. Cheers, buddy.
All right, later. Thanks.